If private airlines pay less for a foreign pilot, in Indian carrier, Air India pays more. This is certainly something that needs to be looked at. But it has nothing got to do with induction of your pilot, because even today, you ask any promoter
Itself is a big issue. That means the private company,
you require
the private company is trying to run a cost-effective business. But it shows that Air India is not cost-effective, that there are built-in margins. Mr. Datta has come straight to the point. He's saying tonight we don't have a problem with the hiring of foreign pilots, but you have built-in margins in the system. In other words, commissions and bribes potentially being paid is the question being asked. Right, Mr. Datta?
That's right. Look, I will tell Bhargav one thing, that it is very fine and smart first to create a shortage and then you fill it with the foreign pilots. Let me ask you, what was the management doing from say 92 onwards? And we always told them that at particular stage there will be a little surplus of pilots because you are catering for future. You can bring the aircraft in one day, but you can't train the pilot in one day. It takes 10 years. Therefore, you have to plan it earlier, Mr. Bhargav. It is not possible for the training to produce pilots overnight. It is not a thing which comes out of a machine. Therefore, the planning was to be done when we told them to do it. They didn't do it. And therefore, the shortage was, I am not saying deliberately created, the shortage happened because they didn't listen to us.
Mr.
And
Datta,
because of the shortage, yes, carry on, please.
Mr. Datta, you are talking of a phase when you were with the Air India at that time, and Air India was inducting only 1 or 2 aircraft maximum per year. We are now talking of a situation when you were inducting 6 to 8 aircraft per year, if not more. Now, the training couldn't have been done. Air India simulator were being used for 22 hours a day. Simulators were being used abroad for training. It was being planned in that manner. Now, if there is a minor kind of deficiency, I'm all for it. Let it be inquired into, and this debate can be rested on that kind of a judgment. But to dispute this kind of a thing, that pilots were not required, the training department of Air India could have justified it, there wouldn't have been a necessity, is an absolutely unacceptable proposition.
I agree with you.
Mr. Bhargav, let me clarify this.
May I just add to what Mr. Bhargav said? As of, what Mr. Datta had said was that 2005, we had a situation where we did not have a training plan in place when these aircrafts came in. We are now sitting in 2011. Mr. Datta, does Air India, or for that matter, any of the private airlines also, do they have a training plan in place to induct people? Today, we have a situation where Jet Airways is in the next 18 months will be inducting another 24 aircraft. Indigo will be inducting another 15 aircraft in the next 12 months. Air India has its own expansion plans. You require, as Mr. Kaul was saying, roughly 6 to 7 commanders per aircraft. That is, we are talking roughly 350 odd commanders in the next 1 year. Besides that, look, out of the present strength of commanders that you have, you will have attrition, you will have people who will leave the jobs here and go to Middle East. You will have people who will lose their license either due to age or medical. Where is the plan to, keep those seats occupied?
Let me cut the chase and come to the straight point, Kapil. Now we have an option. Kapil, in many of the questions I've asked you earlier in earlier programs, you have justified a lot by saying that, this is part of the overall modernization of the sector, improving the sector, etc., etc. These are necessary changes. In your view, and take a position, Kapil, we have two very interesting parts of this story. One is that lucrative sectors were given away by Air India. I, as an Indian taxpayer, have every right to ask, did you ask me? Did you involve me? Did I clear that? And what business sense does it make to give away these sectors to private players? Why should I not read some other motive into it? What we are debating today is a smaller issue, but a relevant issue, that is some relative of a former Air India official involved in a business of hiring foreign pilots for Air India itself. I mean, that is a scam if it is true. Now, who is going to investigate all this, Kapil? We just had a strike now being concluded, 10 minutes back. But who's going to investigate these issues?
Arnab, there are two things. As far about the excesses that you pay to a foreign training company or any excesses of any nature, which basically affect the revenue position or the cost position or the capex position of the airline, is something that's extremely serious. And at any point of time, whether it's the Ministry of Civil Aviation needs to look at whether such allegations are relevant. Coming to foreign routes, Arnab, I think it's a different issue and often a different story, and obviously gets misunderstood.
Why didn't they look into
When
it
you
so
give a
far,
foreign
Kapil?
route, you know, Arnab, I think you must look at a country which is growing at 9%, which is likely to be a 2 trillion economy, cannot have just Air India with 20 odd planes servicing the entire country. You need to broad base your bilateral program, you need to broad base and modernize. And what the government
So you
did
give
at the
away
right
your
point in
lucrative
time
routes.
was to...
As you give away your
No, not
lucrative routes.
lucrative
Which
routes.
airline in the world has ever
No,
done
I
that
just want
as
to-
part of an aggressive build-up plan?
No, I'll make a point. There are two aspects.
Okay. Oh,
Arnab, may I come in for one minute? I need to come in for
ensure
1
that
minute,
the economy
please.
doesn't suffer because of a national carrier. What has happened is that whilst you give bilaterals where Air India itself is a party, a Home Ministry, External Affairs Ministry, and all other private airlines who are a part of the party have had a say in when the bilateral program was given. So a country of our size and economy cannot be said that only we can keep the bilateral routes for Air India. You should basically ask this question, that whilst you give a bilateral to and open up your bilateral regime, ensure what have you done to make Air India competitive? What have you done to make Air India viable? How have you strengthened their commercial and management position? These are two different issues, and I don't buy any argument, and I must confess to you, and I said this to you before, I don't buy any argument that a country of our size which grows at 9%, where international traffic goes high double digits, we should leave the entire country hostage to 20 odd planes that Air India had. These are two different set of issues. Yes, Air India
certainly
could
not,
say that
certainly not 20 odd
you have-
planes, but
you have-
I
no,
still
let me
haven't got an
complete.
answer
It's
to
a
a
very
basic
important
question.
question.
Arnab,
Which
can I-
country in the world gives up maximum number of its lucrative routes to allow some private players to come in? Who allowed that? Why was it allowed? Was it a political decision? Who are the politicians involved? What was the role of the Air India management in this? And if you did this, how can you come back and ask for more thousands of crores in taxpayer money? That's a simple
No,
question.
I think
because
honestly,
it smells of a scam.
Arnab,
I want to get it. Jitendra Bhargav is
Arnab,
responding.
you
Yes,
know,
Mr.
Kapil,
Bhargav.
your point is valid,
Arnab.
but let's not overlook the fact that when the government of India decides that 111 aircraft have to be purchased, now they're going to be delivered in a phased manner starting 2007. You cannot get into the market with liberal bilaterals, everybody flying in, so that when the Air India aircraft are delivered, Air India comes across a situation where capacity exceeds demand. How is Air India going to be servicing the debt? No government of the world anywhere will not take care of the national carrier. There's nothing done of that kind.
My question is, Mr. Bhargav, would any official of say Jet or Kingfisher or Indigo or Go or SpiceJet, would any official remain in his job if he were to take these kind of business decisions for his or her airline?
No, but that's what CAG
That would
has
not be
done.
allowed.
No, but that is what CAG has done. They brought the facts into the open. Now let the investigation be taken to the logical end.
Mr. Bhargav, I want to make a quick point.
Mr. Bhargav,
Yes, Mr. Kaul.
Mr. Bhargav,
Yeah.
can I come for half a minute, please?
Yeah,
You
go on,
see,
sir. Go
Bhargav
on,
has
sir.
been, Mr. Bhargav has been saying that because of the training in during our time was lesser number of aircraft, the training was coping with the induction. Now, I want to know, is there a training program in place today in Air India or any other airline? There are 2,000 unemployed CPL holders lying on the streets of India. Why is there a training program with any company of Indian origin which has got a training program for them? Let me tell you, none whatsoever. And now you say you create a problem, then you say we can't solve it because there are no pilots. There are no pilots because you don't train them. You don't train them because you have got vested interest in hiring pilots from outside. It's a chain reaction, sir. Please let me tell you that. Why is there a training program in position today? I want to know from Mr. Bhargav.
Look, as regarding today, I'm not going to answer because I'm no longer with the airline. But what I'm talking about, the 2005 and the 2010 period when I was with the airline, I'm saying it very clearly, Air India exhausted all its training facilities, use of simulators, hiring of simulators abroad at considerable cost to the airline so that we had adequate number of commanders. And yet, the aircraft utilization was not of the level of what it should have been.
Okay. Well, gentlemen,
No,
I'm
that's not the
intervening
answer
at
to
this
my
point.
question.
Thank you very, very much for joining us.